God, that sounds so good. Hello everyone and welcome back. Today I'm driving the 2022 Audi S3 courtesy of Audi Lebanon. It looks beautiful in this Tango Red. Now we drove the A3 a couple days back and this S3 is a completely different thing, and man is it fun to drive. I can't wait to show you what this car is all about. Let's jump directly in. Alright, so let's take an exterior walk around of this beautiful 2022 Audi S3. I mean, I love this new generation. We have good weather up till now. Weather app says it's going to be raining in a couple of hours. So, I mean, let's make the best out of it. Here's the key fob. I mean, your standard Audi key fob. Let's unlock it quickly to show you these sequential LED lights. We have the optional matrix LED lights and they do look amazing. You'll notice these two dashed lines compared to the swoosh on the A3. Actually, the front end looks a lot like the A3, the S-Line that I drove. You'll notice we have fake vent on this side, but they're actually functional on this end. I'm not too sure what's going on here, but I mean, you do know I hate fake vents. At the front, the S3 gets these gray chrome accents, which I think looks really good. You can get it blacked out, by the way, all around the car instead of these chrome accents. We have 19-inch wheels. These are the upgraded 19-inch wheels with the red brake calipers. And I love their design. Take a look at that, very sporty. And take a look at those lines on the side. And those seats, I mean, man, they're very comfortable when you sit in them. I'm gonna jump inside the car later on to show you all the bits and tricks. But completing our walk around, you'll notice how the panoramic sunroof opens up and it does look really good. And then take a look at this rear end. How cool does that look? We have 4 exhaust tips and they're not fake, which is honestly great, and they're pretty wide, as you can see. These are fake vents obviously on this side, but we do have a diffuser, which I guess makes up for that. And then the LED lights. Again, let me just unlock the car to show you the sequential lights. Take a look at that. And also we do have a kick function for the trunk. Take a look at that. And we have 325 liters of boot space. It's slightly compromised because we have the Quattro on the S3, so it takes up a bit of the boot space. But I mean, I guess it's all right. The Golf 8, I believe, has around 380, not the Golf R, the standard Mark 8. So there's that. Let's just close that up. I'm not too sure why I compared it with the Golf 8. I should have compared it with the A3. What do you guys think of the design of the 2022 Audi S3? Alright, so sitting in the back seat of the Audi S3, this is me sitting behind myself. I do have enough of legroom, especially with the cutouts on those seats. Headroom is actually very impressive, better than the A3 sedan I had a look at. The windows are pretty small, but I mean, it's alright, the whole car is small. We have 2 cup holders and this very nicely leather wrapped armrest. We have 2 air vents actually and a 12-volt power outlet. So I mean, in the back, it's a very, very comfortable seating. Alright, so let's jump inside the Audi S3. I currently have it on, as you can see. Take a look at the intriguing design for the door handle with the nice aluminum finish with the ambient lighting, and we have Bang & Olufsen speakers. It's currently screaming at us. Let's just directly jump in. There we go. And just take a look at the beautiful view that you have inside this car. I'm currently using a gimbal, so excuse me if I can't direct it very well. Let me just adjust my seating so we have a wider view. Alright, so we have the upgraded 12.3-inch driver display, and it's customizable, as you can see, scrolling through Bluetooth. We also have navigation. Now, it's not really set up on this car yet, but I mean, this is an idea of the view you would have if navigation was actually set. This is how you zoom in and out. Alright, still zooming out. Anyways, you can see the beautifully leather wrapped steering wheel with S down at the bottom, red stitching. My only complaint actually is the plastic paddle shifters behind the wheel. I don't really like plastic paddle shifters. I mean, I accepted them on the A3, but I mean, this is slightly more expensive S3. It should have, you know, at least aluminum paddle shifters. Signals over here, as you can see, with cruise control down at the bottom, and then your wiper commands over there on the right. On the left, you have your headlight commands, and you can see this is how you operate them, by the way. You keep on pressing, and then you select which mode you want. We do have a small cubby space over here on the side for your glasses or whatnot. And if you take a closer look towards the center, I currently have the panoramic sunroof on. So let's just close it up to eliminate a bit of reflection quickly. All right, there we go. So we have a 10.1-inch MMI system, and it's very, very fast. I mean, Audi's infotainment system is really, really class leading at a certain point. I mean, this compact sedan has an amazing amount of tech, much better than the Golf R, in my opinion. And then going on to car, for example, you can see the different menus that you have, including parking aid. This car also has park assist, like we saw on the Audi A3, which is really cool. I'm not too sure what this button is for, so if you do know, let me know. But you can see the drive select, traction, auto start stop, the hazards with the parking sensors, and park assist with the parking aid plus. Two USB ports, USB-C ports with wireless phone charging. As you can see, it's always nice to have in these cars. Now, a lot of you guys complained about the piano black trim that you get in this car. Now, I have to agree, it does catch a lot of fingerprints. I just smudged that over here, very disgusting, excuse me for that. But I mean, you get the point, it's very easily smudged. But you can see the gear selector, putting my foot on the brake. You can see going into drive, reverse like that, neutral. I mean, you can play around with that. It's very intuitive, honestly, but I mean, I miss having a gear selector, you know, to rest my hand on. I feel like that's the only downside for me. Pressing back to park, we have an electronic parking brake, as you can see, and we also have this touch sensitive volume knob. I have to mention the rear view camera, which is very high quality. So one thing I found about this volume knob is that you don't have to swirl it all the way, you know, for it to function. You simply have to touch it like this if you want to have small increments of volume increase or decrease. So I mean, it's not that bad. I guess it works. You can see the climate control over here system. It works great, honestly. Very easy, very intuitive. Pressing on off to turn it back off. These remind me of a Lamborghini Urus, these air vents. They do look really good. I mean, take a look at this cockpit that we have. I just want to go ahead and drive this car. Very, very fun to drive. Storage space, we do have a decent amount of space in this glove box. And then opening up this center armrest, you can see it's extendable. I actually extended because I don't have anywhere to rest my hand on, so I slightly push this forward. If I open it up, you do have this amount of space. I mean, not the best. I guess it fits keys or something. And then closing it up, we have a 12-volt power outlet with cup holders. And you can extend them like this if you want to put cups. Very interesting. And just take a look at those seats. I love the way they look. All right then, enough of me talking nonsense. Let's go ahead and hit the road. Downshift, corner, the grip, that all-wheel drive system, it just keeps on going. Downshifting again. I mean, just listen to that exhaust. The pops and bangs every single time. I'm just playing with this car. It's so fun. Yes. The way it goes into these corners, oh my god, just eats them up. Yes. Come on. Yes. Jump back in to go on this mountain road. I know a place, so we're gonna do some launch controls and whatnot and enjoy the S3. You've probably heard about the DSG Farts, and that is every time you upshift, you have this sound. What this is basically is that unburnt fuel is being sent out of the cylinder and it's being burnt inside the exhaust. That is in simple terms, obviously. I actually found a sweet spot in the RPMs to hear that exhaust bang. There we go. Let's go back down to 3000 RPMs. There we go. I hope you guys can hear that. The Quattro all-wheel drive system is front-wheel drive biased, obviously, but it's so fun to drive. And it's pretty stable on the road. downshifting. The sound is just out of this world. 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. We have 290 PS. Those exhaust bangs. 290 PS in the Middle East. Outside our region, they get 310 PS. So note that. But both get 400 Newton meters of torque. And you know how much torque means to me, because this is what you feel in the accelerations. Oof. Man, every time I accelerate, I just laugh so hard because it's so fun to drive. Such a little pocket rocket. And the drama from that exhaust, it shouldn't sound that good. Alright, so there's no one behind us. We're gonna try and launch it for the 5th time today. Alright, and again, those exhaust bangs. Alright, so traction control off or on sport, dynamic. Mash the brakes and the throttle. There we go. Oh my god. I'm laughing like a little baby right now because it's so fun to drive. Audi made a masterpiece with this car. Massive, massive respect. I drove the AMG A35 during the summer. Now, the only thing I believe the AMG did best was the interior. It's more luxurious there. You do have, you know, a beefier wheel with aluminum paddle shifters, so the whole experience feels more luxurious. But in terms of power delivery, this feels lighter. I'm not too sure if it has to do with the Sportback body shape of this car. The A35 was a sedan. But I mean, man, is it fun. Just keeps on going, and obviously the drama of the exhaust. Did you hear that?